Hello, everyone. Warm welcome to Elevate Conference 2024. I hope you guys are enjoying the conference. This is the first time I'm talking at this conference. I'm super excited. And thanks for joining my talk, which is on the mid career confusion thinking to jumpstart in cybersecurity. So let's get started. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Raj Gandhi, Product Security Manager at the SailPoint. I have done shift to left transformation at various companies like ServiceNow, SailPoint. I've been in the industry in the cybersecurity for last 7 years and have 15 plus years of software development experience. I'm strong advocate of advancement of a woman in the cybersecurity workforce, and I'm also involved in many of the cybersecurity related community. So I'd like to start in talking about my own personal story of how I pivoted into this cybersecurity. It's a very interesting story, quite near to my heart, and it was like one of the best decision so far I did for myself by pivoting into this cybersecurity space. I was going through like a mid-career confusion after having a decade of a software development experience. I was just thinking for myself, what next? Like every day when I wake up, I see like, what impactful, challengeful work I can do at the work that like keeps me going and keeps me excited to look forward for the next day. And being in the software industry, in a one company supporting the applications for a longer period of the time, I felt that, it was kind of a redundant work for me. There were the exciting times when the new project were getting kick off, but then eventually it's gonna like, complete the project and then it will go into the monitoring KTLO more where like being a lead of the software application all the time I had to support the application what was laid under me. So after going through all this confusion, I was looking for something that can like keep me excited, keep me challenged, and luckily, the opportunity came within same organization where there was the opening of a product security engineer, and the product security manager at that time have like closely collaborated me. They used to evaluate the application what I wrote, and they used to see the trend on like reduction in the risk, reducing or like trying to find the vulnerability, but like zero security findings were getting reported for the application that I laid compared to the other applications from the other team. So he knew that I always keep the security in my mind whenever I laid any project. And that's where he felt that, coming up with a software development background, and if I am passionate about the security, then maybe I should think of pursuing this opportunity. And that's how I got pursue for this role. And without thinking much, I felt that definitely this might be an exciting because the very first thing I knew that, yeah, there is a lot to learn for me because the job description had so many security jargon, which I'm not familiar with that. So definitely, like, this is gonna keep me busy for at least like couple of the years to learn about the day-to-day expectation is or as a part of this job. And yeah, that's how I pivoted into this cybersecurity. And trust me, there is no regret. My early days were very interesting. Very soon I realized that this space has a very lesser woman. I was the only woman in my team, in the product security team. I was like, given the opportunity to attend the conferences, the boot camps, and there also I was the only woman sitting in the entire room for 5 days of the boot camp. And there were like the security jargon always like spoken in every um second line of the conversation about like the types of the vulnerability, the SQL injection, the cross-site scripting, the defense in depth. At that point it was all new for me. So many times like I felt of like maybe I did a bad decision and I should just go back to the software development team. Is it still worth it or not? But because of having that inquisitive mindset, and I felt it's very challenging, I just like, with a strong minded, I continued on learning as much as I could about the security. And then very soon, um, I felt like I was showing some progress, and it was seen by my peers. They used to start appreciating when I used to find any interesting security findings into the software. And that really, like, kept me excited that, yeah, like, if just learning the basic, if I'm able to spot the security finding, then definitely, like, if I groom myself better, then maybe like, I can stay on top and I can be like the highest performer of my team. And that motivated me and I keep going in my journey. I used to remember in my early days in security, I used to sync up with all of my security team members on individual basis every week regularly trying to understand how they are going about finding the security or like how they are like keeping themselves up to date, what are the blogs, article, podcasts to follow that can help me in grooming and learn more about the vulnerabilities, like becoming the expert in the CTF and all. And touchwood, I was really blessed. I was surrounded by the finest security engineer in my organization, and they were all willing me to help me out. And that's where my journey started. And I never looked back once I pivoted into this security. So why I'm emphasizing women to pursue this field? I definitely think it's a very niche field. After being in this field for last 7 8 years, I still see there as a lesser woman. Uh, Trust me, like you don't need to have a technical background. You don't need to be technical to pursue this field. There is a shortage of the workforce, especially in this cybersecurity space, and it's a known thing. And I feel it's a very niche field for women to pursue. Definitely, the advantage what we get is like there will be less competition and more remote work opportunity is always as exist for this cybersecurity openings, because it doesn't matter, you don't have to be at work. You can easily work remotely, and that's where you are seeing even before the pandemic, I've seen that most of the cybersecurity workforce were working remote because, first of all, it's very hard to find that expertise, and so they are always open for anyone to work from anywhere. That's where, like, it's helpful for a woman, like who have to take care of their kids and like other personal commitment what we have. And again, I would like for you, if you are thinking to pivot into the cybersecurity, there are many frameworks are out available. Known framework, one of them is a nice cybersecurity workforce framework that where they have categorized the type of the cybersecurity work, the specialty areas, and what roles are mapped to those categories. So always look for those area and try to determine that what all skills you possess or have experience to work for, and where there is a gap in those skill, where there is a shortage that you need to groom yourself to pursue for that role. uh, Refer to those framework if you are uncertain of what path to follow, whether it's a product security, the GRC, or a SOC role within the cyber. Just look for this framework and try to see what aligns to your career growth or your personal choice. So these are like, the various path anyone interested in cybersecurity that can followed again, like, each play a very key role when it comes of the cybersecurity. So none of them is like the important or less important and all. Like an organization does need the product security, the security operation, the GRC, threat intelligence, the infrastructure team all play a very equal role in securing the organization. So definitely there is a lot to learn within the cybersecurity space. And again, like, if you are excel yourself, maybe in the security architecture, and you want to learn more about the security operation, always there will be the opportunity for you to even pursue some diverse cybersecurity knowledge within this field. This is my favorite chart. Again, like, I would like to mention that I'm not super fan of this security certification, but definitely the certification plays one of a key role in the cybersecurity space. In many of the job roles, certain certification are required. They always look for a candidate having those certification because of the compliant purpose or for other reason. Like, there has to be certain number of the personnel with the CISSP or the CSAM certification and all. So you can refer to this chart, and based on the domain what you have chosen to pursue, you can start following what are the entry level certification, what are the advanced level certification. Maybe you can target of getting certified yourself every other year or so. And there are like tons of the public resources available for you to learn about the certifications. Many boot camps are available. If your organization are willing to sponsor for such training certification, I highly recommend to go for it. It's going to definitely help you in standing out when you are applying for the job role. And you're gonna definitely learn about the actual working, how the work needs to be done, about the threats, risk, vulnerability. Like, some certification are pure theoretical, some are very practical. So definitely there will be the learning from those certification, and that gonna help you to keep on growing in this cybersecurity space. So the again advice for women, from women, how to be successful in this cyber is like, be a life learner. Like, that's the one thing you need to be if you are in this cybersecurity space. There are many communities like women in cyber, VCs, there is a BWIC, She Security, Empower Security, Women in Tech. So many communities are out there who has a mission of bringing more women into the cyber. So I highly recommend to join the Slack channels, sign up for volunteering for those community, try to attend the conferences or volunteer at the conferences, attend the webinar, be a part of the Slack channel of those community. That's where you're gonna absorb, grasp more the latest ongoing in this cyber tech. And always look for the mentors. Many mentorship programs are being provided by those communities. So always sign up, either start with the mentee, and then once you are comfortable, maybe become a mentor as well as the mentee. That's where you're gonna build the relationship. And trust me, like, the next job you're gonna always like, land up or get to know through your referral, because it's a very common through the referral you can land into your dream job within the cyber. And lastly, I would highly emphasize of, like, me being very passionate about the cyber, and passionate about making sure my career is still growing. Apart from having like two kids, managing them, I always like motivate myself that I can do it like every single day, and that's the attitude I start my day with, and I want everyone to practice that. And lastly, it's never too late to join the cyber. Like I said, there is the shortage of the cyber workforce globally. And I know with the economic downtime right now, it's a hard time to find a job, but definitely there will be the time where like more job opportunities you will see. And many times there are the jobs getting unfilled. So think of pivoting into the cyber, and we are there to support you, to help you out to rise this ladder, break the glass ceiling. Again, thanks for listening to me, and feel free to connect me on the LinkedIn. And thank you so much.